Okay, so thanks for hopping on tonight's call, guys. It's Tuesday, May 9th. We are going to be talking about our very favorite topic, inviting, and then a couple other little things about self-limiting beliefs and getting over them. So quickly, I'm going to share this video that Carl did. Can you guys see Carl? Okay. Now you can really see Carl,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to watch this real quick. If you've already watched it, just soak it in some more.
Hey guys, it's Carl.
Can you guys hear it?
Can I be any platter today? This is my most plaid. I wanted to talk about the exercise that we did this morning because it was very interesting feedback.
You guys can hear it, right?
People sort of being out of their comfort zone.
Yeah.
And first thing, inviting 5 people who weren't expecting an invite. And basically, I look at it as a warm-up. And I know that for many people, you're like, I would never train this. I would never ask my people to do it. And many veterans even said, I've never done this in my entire career as a coach. But let me tell you something. As a person who's been a salesman in my career, I know that the hardest thing to do is a cold call. So let me use a metaphor about why I call this process actually 5 donuts. What we did this morning was 5 donuts. Have you ever swung a baseball bat? It's actually hard to swing a baseball bat and hit a baseball. And like, you got to get ready for it. And then, but if you're a batter, what you don't do is immediately go up to bat and start facing a pitcher. What you do first is get comfortable with the bat, and you put a donut on it, right? So that's the donut, and then you take some swings. And so what I'm suggesting is every morning you train your team. Take those
hey guys, just mute yourself if you're
heavy swings of salesmanship by just reaching out to 5 people. 5 donuts a morning. You wake up, if you're going to be serious about this business, and you take 5 swings. Then the rest of the day, then you're like, having these other conversations is easy to swing. It's not nearly as hard because I've already warmed up these other people. I already have relationships with these other people. When you immediately wake up and take the edge off by swinging a heavier bat, and that is these quick little cold calls, quick little invitations, you are in the rhythm of the vital behavior of invite, invite, invite. I strongly recommend, particularly for your coaches who are just getting going, using very simple language like, hey, I saw that you liked one of my posts. I'm starting a challenge group. We're all going to be doing Core to 4 starting May 8th, or 21-day fix starting May 15th, or UV2 starting May 16th, whatever it is. You just quick little super light invitation to somebody who wouldn't have been expecting it, and you just shake it off. You just shake off the difficulty of hitting a baseball with those 5 warm-up swings, and then you're like, okay, I'm ready to talk to people. I'm just ready to do this. My intent with reaching out to those 5 people, those 5 swings, was just to try to help them. That's how you're bulletproof, right? So that's what I'm advocating. Train it to your teams, particularly the new people who they just need to get out there and take that risk and hear that no, or just put it out there, and they might get a response that says, what are you talking about? Or they might get a response that says, I'm in, or they might get a response that says, no, thank you, I'm not interested at all. But at least they took the lid off. They shook off the cobwebs of not being able to reach out to people. So that's what I'm advocating. When we say invite, 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 I don't want it to be a heavy process every time. I want it to also be a light process. We're trying to help people. We got 300 million people sick and tired and overweight and struggling that we can help. It doesn't have to be a heavy, highly maneuvered process. It can also be a light touch. So that's the morning warm-up we did today. 5 donuts, that's what I'm calling it. You can call it what you want. You might not even subscribe to it, but I personally, when I would do sales, I would start my day. This is when I was back in production sales in the mid-'80s. I would start my day with cold calls. Knock out 3, 4, 5 cold calls. Sometimes they were just messages. Sometimes people would pick up, but it just took the edge off. And then I would go back to working my list, or I'd go back to what I would call my warm market or prospects that I was following up with because I had already done a warm up. All right, that's it. I'm going to go answer this phone. Have a good day. Keep on working it. I'm here to help.
He's the best. Okay. All right, guys. So I wanted to show that because so there's a group that Carl is doing with a bunch of coaches right now. I know that some people had asked to be in it from our team and didn't get in. Don't feel bad. It's only a handful of coaches. And they did it this way on purpose. They picked people from all different walks and everything. But I'm still going to be sharing stuff with you guys. So that was the thing that he talked about the second day of the group. Because the first day of the group, he told us, let's just get the elephant out of the room, and we all don't like it, but we have to do it anyway. It's our inviting. He said, so just before you even turn on the coffee pot this morning, before you even go brush your teeth, when you walk out of bed, just right from your bed, 5 invites, straight up invites. And I was like freaking out, and I was like, that's scary because I don't even like to tell my team to do that. Then I thought about it differently. I thought about it as in, when I tell you guys all the time, we're connecting, we're attracting with our posts, we're just doing those touches. We're connecting and talking to people about everything but Beachbody. We're doing our posts and we're attracting. And then we are inviting anyway. So if I just sat there real quick and went on my phone, whether it was from a post last night, and looked at people who liked it or commented, and pulled their name up on Messenger to see if I had ever had a connection conversation with them before or not. And if I had, I sent them off to the invite, like off to the invite, the straight up donut, the invite. And if I hadn't connected with them, I knew later on I would send them a connection message. So in doing that, it kind of like, it got me like the ball rolling for the day, I want to say, and it made the day so much easier without thinking in the back of my head, like, shoot, I got to invite, I got to connect with people, I got to add people to my friends list, like all of this. I had done the hardest thing first and straight up invite people to something. So here's the other thing that I want to say. I think that inviting like that is totally fine once you've already connected with the person. And so here's how I want you to think about it too. A bunch of people in the group had posted things that they were like their invite, their actual invite. And a lot of people were like, hey, so-and-so, I saw you come up in my feed and I wanted to just, reach out and say, hi, by the way, would you ever be interested in joining me in a challenge group? My next one starts on. And it was like people were saying like crickets, like no answer, things like that. So then there was a couple other people who were like taking it differently. And this is how I want you guys to take it. I don't want people don't understand our verbiage when we say challenge groups. Only coaches know what that is. People don't understand when you say join me. They think like they're getting like sucked into this cult. And then when you put that like date on it right there and then, I think it like kind of like freaks them out a little. And it really doesn't ask them what they need at all. Like you're just asking them to like join you in this weird thing called challenge group. Half the time they come back, where is it? Where do I meet you? And you're like, well, nowhere because you're in Kansas and I'm in Delaware. And the other times it's like, they just don't get it. So I want you guys to like think of this concept of the donuts that he's talking about. And if it means you literally pick your phone up off of the nightstand the next morning before you get out of bed and you just send the 5, to people you've already connected with. You have a script in your notepad or something. That's what I want you to do. And I promise you, you're going to feel so much lighter throughout the day. But what I want you to do is in your invite to them, I want you to use different verbiage. So something, for instance, so I changed it up, for instance, and like I said, mine doesn't say a date or anything at all. I'll read you guys. Let me share my screen, actually, and we'll just go into one, because I also want you guys to see how I have gone on and talked to somebody through it. So this is actually a good person to bring up. Okay. Sorry, let me have a sip real quick. All right. You guys can see my messenger? Yeah? Okay. So this girl, I just connected with her on Facebook, probably through my like page or adding friends. I don't know her. She lives in Wichita, Kansas. That's probably why I said Kansas. But you can see, the first time that I messaged her was June 3rd. Nothing. Then she came up again on my list in November. Still nothing. March 8th. Nothing. So I didn't just let her go since she ignored me. Like, she's still on my list. She's still somebody that I see in my posts. She likes them all the time, things like that. And if she's not, she's on my friends list, so I can always go back to her name. Okay, so this is how I changed it up after Carl did this thing in this Monday one. Hey, Chelsea, I just wanted to say thanks for the love on my posts. I appreciate you. I hope you have a great Monday. By the way, have you ever considered joining me in my Strong Mom community? I would love to have you a part of it. Do you think that could benefit you in any way? Okay, so I took out challenge group. You see that I called it my Strong Mom community. There were girls in the Carl's group calling it like their Fit Girl Gang, their, virtual Mom Strong group, things like that. I changed the verbiage so it made sense to her. I probably should have threw in like online or something there, but I didn't. And then I ended it with, do you think that could benefit you in any way? And in some of the other ones, I've actually gone on further, like added another sentence or two. Let me pull up another before I go back to her. And okay, here's a good one. So you can see that I've actually, I don't want you guys read all this yet. I want you to pay attention to what, oh shoot. Oh my God, why did that send to her? Oh my God. Jeez Louise. All right. Major fail. Okay. Anyway, you can see what I said to her. I brought her up and I realized I'd never connected with her before. So I went on her page and I just scrolled through some posts. And I think she's from Massachusetts somewhere, and there was pictures of her kids on the beach like this past weekend. And of course here it was like a freaking monsoon. And I said, connected with her on the beach. And then I just went straight for it. And I was like, I know this might be forward, but I'm going to be around today and I'd love to chat with you and help you get started or change up your current journey to health. And then I said, I did use the word challenge groups, but I kind of gave her a little bit more of what they were. You can see there. So instead of saying like my Strong Mom community, I said the challenge groups are like our secret glue that makes it all work and come together. Daily support, I told her kind of what we did. And then I said, I still ended it with, do you think that is something that could benefit you? So I just wanted to show you there how I changed that up a bit. Now let me go back to my other girl, because then I want you to see how the conversation progressed into a challenge pack, because it's really not hard. And I think we all make it out to be harder than it is. Okay, so I sent that to her, and She said, it sounds interesting. What does it entail? So that's 99% of the time gonna be like their response, because who doesn't think they could benefit from like connecting with other women, other moms? You know, if you're not a mom, you know, it's your fit girl gang, like whatever. But who doesn't think that they can benefit from something like this, something positive? So then I just sent her this little blurb. And this is the thing that a bunch of us were using in Carl's group, but I added a little bit more. So I would because I wanted her to know exactly up front what it entailed. Hook you up with a meal plan to follow, hundreds of workouts to choose from that you can do from anywhere you are. And then I put in parentheses and some other ones for 12 months. And then I said the health shake I use for 30 days. And then I given her a little bit of an idea. It's helped with my migraines, energy, cravings, and digestion. And then the one-on-one coaching and my online accountability support group forever. And then I asked her again, does that sound like something that could benefit you? Like, you don't want to say to them, let me know what you think. What do you think about this? Like, ask them something that they really like can't, like, how does that not benefit somebody? So ask them that hard question. So then the conversation just progressed over the last few days. And she said, it totally does. What do I need to do to get started? And then you can see I went on to talk to her about her goals. I didn't just shoot her a link for the All Access Challenge Pack, because that's ultimately like, the link is like, I don't even want to send the link, to be honest. Like, I do because I want her to be a challenger and I want her to get healthy, but I need to know more about her and I want to get to know her better. So even though I know that All Access is going to benefit her best, I want to still find out personally, where should we set her up to begin with first? Is the 21-day fix something that she should start first? Or is she somebody who has a better handle on what she eats, is a little bit more active, and can start with like, you know, something harder like Hammer and Chisel or, you know, Insanity Max 30, things like those. So I talked about her goals to her. Then I formed her a little bit. So I still, even though she said she was interested in what does she need to do, I still didn't go to the link. I formed her a little bit. I asked her if she worked full time, she worked outside the home. And then I asked her, let's say, so she works full time outside the home. She has 2 kids. So I just kind of related her on there. And I said, well, I'm guessing that since you're a busy mama, that you would need something that's like in as little as 30 minutes a day, right? Yes. And then we just talked a little bit more. I gave her a little bit of, she talked about getting up early. And this is actually the girl that I got the idea from, that we all do use the Zoom link for morning workouts. Because she said, I would need to get up earlier for sure to work out. And because I know that's hard for people, but I know that's what a lot of people have to do, I wanted to offer her like an extra little piece. And I was like, well, I do this morning workout link for any of my clients or teammates who, you know, need that extra accountability to get up early in the morning and work out. And then it dawned on me that like she's in a different time zone. And I was like, shoot. So that's how I came up with that idea in the team the other day about, you know, us all using this in the back of our minds, talking to our clients about what they need and what could work for them, and offering this little piece of extra. Because I think that's like something really interpersonal that people like want. They want to like actually see you and know you're not just a picture behind Facebook. Okay. So my point of this is I just wanted to show you how I went from the straight up invite to asking her goals or straight up invite to her, you know, obviously saying it could benefit her, to telling her more about it. I didn't Beachbody vomit. I used very simple layman terms. And then I went into forming her. And this conversation all went on Sunday into Monday. And I told her, finally, I wrapped it up. And I was like, I said to her, so I always like to make this a point too. At the end of like when I'm like, all right, I know enough about her. I'm confident like this is going to work for her. And I know like I've gotten to know her enough. I let them know I am going to get back to them later on with the link to order and get set up if that is what she would like to do. And so you can see there, I just used like Bryce's bath time as like an excuse. I was like, we're gonna do bath dinner, but I can get back to you in a little bit with the link to place your order and get you rolling if that's what you'd like to do. Question. Sounds good. So later on, I sent her the link. And I would have sent her the link at 7:30, but I was like, I want to just get that one more yes. Like, I'm sure this is what I want to do. So she has it in her head, like, yes, this is what I want to do. Okay, so purpose of that is not to like make you think like that was just super easy, because it wasn't. You can see I messaged that girl for like almost the last year with no response. And it was finally that I had to change up my verbiage and ask her, like, you know, could you benefit from this? Like, could any of thing from this benefit you? And you can't really turn down anything we have to offer. Everyone can be a Beachbody customer. Not everyone can be a Beachbody coach. So I just kind of want to show you that example. You know, use my verbiage, use the kind of like the templates, but make them yours, guys. Okay. Obviously, you're not going to like say my strong mom community if you're not a mom. Obviously, you know, you're not going to say the things about Shakeology that I did, because they probably did something different for you. So make it your own. Okay, so I know that some people have watched that video from Carl. Has anybody done some donuts today? No?
Done some this week.
Oh, good, Jackie, good. Okay, so perfect. What we're going to do right now is we're going to take 5 minutes and we're going to do 5 donuts. 5. And then I want to name I want the first name in the chat box of your 5 people. Everybody's like, I should never have gotten on this call with this girl.
You're killing me. Okay, I'm kidding.
Remember, there are people that you've already connected with. So even like this afternoon, like I had Bryce on my lap on the couch. I could not get up to my room right here with my lists and my all that and look through people's names. So all I did was I went to my friends list on Facebook and I just started scrolling through my friends. And if I didn't recognize a name, I clicked on it, I hit message, I brought it up to see if I had already ever connected with them. If I connected with them before, I sent them the straight up donut. If I didn't already
right here
connect with them, I sent them a hey girl message. So, all right, well actually, let's see. If you don't, okay. So I know Jackie's been working on it this week. What about instead of the donuts, what about you write your script real quick? So 5 minutes to do that. Very short, and put it in the chat box, and I can, you know, we can all like critique each one, or, you know, if you don't feel comfortable putting in the chat box, send it to me. But we need to make sure you're getting good verbiage out to these people. I think that's kind of maybe more important than sending a donut right away. And then tomorrow morning, you guys can message me and say, I ate my donuts. So I'll give you 5 minutes for that. So it's 8:59, give you till 9:05. You're welcome. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Jackie, if that's working for you, I would say keep going with it. Um, I actually said something just like that too, or used to. Um, everybody's in a different season. Things work for different people. So if it's working for you, keep it up for sure. Um, maybe, I know this like sounds weird, but maybe move the "Are you on a fitness journey" to the end of the paragraph. Um, okay. And Carrie, that's good too. I do like that. I think that I I just find it hard myself, but like I said, everybody's different. I don't find success in straight up like cold inviting without have never like, so I guess my definition of cold must be different than most
Okay.
people's. I guess I never like just have someone accept a request and like shoot them the invite. Like if I ever saw that, I would be like, well, obviously it's not what's in it for me, it's what's in it for you. And I'm not saying you're saying that at all, but I think
Okay.
that a lot of other MLMs are like that and people
Mm-hmm.
get a bad taste about us.
Okay.
So I would for sure. So actually, I can suggest this. Another thing came up in that Carl group where people were saying, how do you keep track of like all these new connections? And so this one lady said that as she was having people accept her friend requests, she
Mm-hmm.
was going to pull it up again. I feel like I would have never known where this was either before. She was putting them in lists, if I can speak. Okay, so for instance, if I go to your friends and you see someone accepted and you go to the friends tab on their page, add to a list. You can make any list you want. Lists come up like based off your jobs and high school and schools and things in town. So you can see that I put May. So I'm going to put her in May. And then that means
Okay.
that when I go down to my friend lists on the side and I go to this May tab, everybody that I've added since May will come up in this group.
Okay, that's cool.
So then I can like you start using that as making connections with people. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Makes sense.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I would still send your donut, your cold invite, but
Mm-hmm.
to someone that you like touched before in some way.
Okay.
Even if it was like that girl where I messaged her, no response. I
Mm-hmm.
still was like trying to connect with her and
Okay.
ultimately like sent her something. But if you've never sent them anything, I just get weary on that because I know other
Okay.
people have just made us look bad.
Okay.
Okay,
No problem.
let's see. Sarah. So I like that. These are actually really good, guys. If it's somebody you've reached out to before, and they haven't reached back out to you, I would also throw in there at the end something like, I totally understand that this may not be that it has to be the right time for each individual, and if this isn't the right time for you, I totally get that. Do you want me to take you off my list right now? And I can reach back out to you in another month or so when I start another group. And Carrie and I both have had people who have said, no, don't take us off your list. You know, and that kind of prompts them. Like, if they're like, oh, she's going to just like stop communicating with me and never reach out again, they get a little nervous.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that a lot, Alana. Perfect. And I really like that you tailored it to who you are.
Thank you. Also, can you define MLM?
Oh, yeah, multi-level marketing company.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's all of like, yeah, 31, like LuLaRoe, like all that stuff. It's all the same. But let's see. I want to join your group. That's what Sarah said. That's funny. Okay. Kelly G. Let's see. I like that. I like you said, online community of ladies who are looking to improve in their own skin. Like, I love that. Like, you never really kind of want to like say about weight loss or anything, because that can like rub people the wrong way, obviously. But I love that, who look better or who feel better in their skin. It's not even about look anymore. We have to say feel. So that's perfect. Okay. That's perfect too. Good job. I like those guys. Okay. So I want you to just like copy and paste yours and put it in like your notes of your phone, or I mean, I had the Apple phone, so I'm just used to that, but I put it in the notes of my phone. And then, okay, sorry. I put it in the notes of my phone, and then just each morning, since he's challenged us to do this, so it's been a week now, I've done my 5 donuts, and it feels so much better. Like, today was a Bryce and mommy day, no school, and literally I did my workout, and before I even left the basement, I did my 5 donuts, because I knew if I went upstairs, I was just not going to do them. And I knew that even though I know forever now it's a Bryce and mommy day, like, I'm still going to be stressed that it's like 2:30, 3 o'clock, and I hadn't done invites. So I got 5 out, and it's been fine. Okay, let's see. So that's that. I hope that like kind of goes over what to do. Feel free to like comment tomorrow morning when you get your donuts in. And okay, the other thing I just want to say is, you guys, a bunch of you posted when I asked you about your self-limiting beliefs in the Facebook page, or in the team page. So if you guys did not listen to the National Wake Up Call with Trina Gray yesterday, like, you have got to go listen to that. It is like hands down one of the best national wake up calls we've had in like a long ass time. But whatever self-limiting belief you have said about yourself in our page, or what you think about yourself, or what you're thinking, you know, that's holding you back from doing those donuts, if you don't believe in yourself, how are you ever going to get anybody to also do what you're doing and believe in themselves and grow a team and lead challengers to success? And ultimately, like, you have more success. So today, it would be silly of me not to like share this with you guys, and it would be silly for you guys to think that I never ever have like objections. So two things that I wanted to share real quick, and then I'll wrap up because I know it's already late. Late for some of us. Miss Sunshine over there. Okay, so on to this topic is that you got like shoot, don't leave my head. I was thinking of the first and then I lost the second. Oh shoot, why does it always happen to me? That is like my biggest thing in the world that happens. Okay, wait. We're talking about our self-limiting beliefs and you have to believe in yourself. Oh my God, guys, this is horrible. I just totally lost my train of thought. Totally. Jeez. Okay, let me take you back to the thing that popped in my head that made me lose the first thing. When you guys set yourself up for a goal, whatever it is, there is, we're doing all these little actions consistently every day to become more successful. And when we reach that success point, Success Club 5 or 10, or our goal of finishing a program 99% of the way, we feel great and we feel awesome. And what do? We stop doing those like daily things, and it brings us back down to failure, and we're restarting all over again just to get back to baseline. So my example that I wanted to share with you guys was that last month, my goal of Success Club 10 is always a non-negotiable for me. I don't feel like, the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. And if I'm not asking you guys to hit 5 or 10, or if I'm asking you guys to hit 5 or 10 for your businesses, I have to be hitting more than that because you have to know that it can happen. But I only hit 12 and I hit my goal of 10, my non-negotiable, but the month before I had hit a higher number and it was crazy. And I hit 10 way later than I wanted to. And when I finally did, I was like, okay, going to Punta Cana. There's like 10 days left to the month and I'm good. Like, I'm just going to enjoy Punta Cana. And what happened? So I reached that goal of like that I had wanted, and I stopped doing the daily activities and then went to Punta Cana and posted and posted and posted and posted and didn't do my daily activities of friending new people, connecting to new people. And instead of going into May, I'm very adamant, like I want to hit Success Club 5 by the 5th because I want to spend the rest of the month helping you guys hit. I didn't have it by the 5th. I didn't have it Friday night. So Carl said, set this big, hairy, scary goal for Sunday night. And while the rest of the world is partying it up for Cinco de Mayo this weekend, you guys are in this group because I know you guys are going to work. And I know you guys aren't going to quit until you get what you want. And so he said, what's your goal by Sunday night? I set a goal by Sunday night. Success Club 10, 3 new coaches. And I showed up every day, donuts and all. It didn't take anything away from my weekends. I still did what I was going to do. But I hadn't been doing that in Punta Cana or before I even left. So I had to hustle harder is my point. And no, I didn't reach Success Club 10 by Sunday night or 3 coaches. I hit 6 and 2, but still, like I pushed. And so once Monday morning came and I woke up with 6 and 2 coaches, I was like, I'm happy with that because it's now Monday and I know every day I did what I could have without sacrificing my family time, without sacrificing, my reason for doing this job, which is ultimately to have more family time. But had I just continued the daily activities even a little bit throughout the last 10 days of April, I probably wouldn't have had such a hard time the first week of May. So keep doing the activities, guys. I know it's really hard, but if you can just have faith beyond that curve, beyond that mountain, that hill, that they're on the other side, the success is there, you're gonna get success. So listen to Trina Gray on the National Wake Up Call yesterday. Really good. And, yes, okay. if you guys, I want you guys to know that even I have people that tell me no and who shame me and who make me feel like garbage. Okay. So don't think like I'm special, that I'm like way above and beyond you guys. Don't think that I'm like this super confident, badass like chick. I mean, like I am, but I'm not.
I was about to say, Megan, you are. Don't even.
So this morning, something came across my news feed. I wasn't actively going to a page. I didn't seek this out. It just came across my news feed. And I feel like everything comes across your news feed for a reason. And it was a family member who shared an article. Some of us have seen it circulating. I know because I've talked to other girls on the team about it, that said people who post about their health and fitness or their gym selfies or whatever, or their pictures of their food are narcissists. And they're only in it for what's in it for them. And I didn't care. Like I saw it and I was like, well, you know, she's my cousin. She knows what I do and just whatever. She's just in a bad place herself. And truthfully, she is. And so I didn't feel upset for me. I felt upset for her. So I let it go, whatever. But then there was starting to be some comments under it. So, you know, you stalk and you read, and people were commenting like, this girl commented, yeah, just like join this online group and I'll help you with your health and fitness and spend $300 for, you know, my help when I have no background in health and fitness and blah, blah, blah. And my cousin just went on to like kind of agree with it. And I was just like so torn down by it. And I cannot tell you, like, being in this group with Carl, being in a push group, being surrounded by my accountability partners, my success partners and things like that, and them knowing who I am, like, I cannot tell you how that's changed me. So you need to get yourself cultivated in the team. You need to talk to people, you know, within the team. Don't be afraid. But I went and I was like, can you believe this? Like, this is crazy. And like, I have like a serious headache over it. I haven't had a headache in ages. And they were like, blinders on, unfollow, obviously not your people. Even though it's family, that's what sucks harder about it. So my point is, I took that, and instead of just like, you know, tossing the rest of the day away and like letting it be whatever, and, you know, doing a post like some days are great and some days are bad and it's okay to just put up your feet like day, I went into my Carl group and I read what people were doing. And I was like, I'm going to do exactly what Carl picked me to do. And I'm going to be the person that's not in this group, and I'm going to go and do more donuts because I'm here to help people. And I didn't get in this group to just be average. And I was like, so I can't be in this group with Carl, and I can't be a leader for our team, and I can't help my coaches get Success Club if I'm not doing, you know, pushing beyond my hurt and pain a little bit. And instead of dwelling on it, just going and doing something positive about it. So I just want you guys to know, like, you're not alone when shit like that happens. It's not because you're new. It happens to everyone. Like, even top coaches have people that post shit on their things and they block people and all this stuff. Just take it. It's not you. It is seriously them, and they have the issue, and just, you know, pray for them. But otherwise, you know, instead of just sitting there fuming over it, like, go do the work. Go do the work for the people that do need to be helped right now, because there are so many more people out there than that one person. You know, 300 million people, Carl always says, on the trend of obesity, and I'm worried about that one person when I have a pool of 300 million people not associated with Beachbody.
Yep.
So just keep that in mind. You're not alone. Everybody gets the shit. But it's what you do with it that makes a difference. And I even had my husband tell me, and I wanted to like, just, you know, like get on my face. But he was like, you can't tell your team how to be, and you have to swallow your own words right now. because I was like, I'm done with today. I'm just putting on my feet. I'm like, it's 2:00 and I'm pouring wine. And he was like, no. He was like, you're not. He was like, no. And I was like, why? And he's like, because you always talk about how you have to be the stronger person and push through. And that's where the victory is. And it is. And I feel so much better going to bed tonight, guys, knowing that I didn't let her stop me from moving my business forward and helping other people today. So just keep all that.
Haters will be haters.
Truth.
Yes. Hashtag truth.
Um,
Haters will be haters.
but we don't need to dwell on them. So that's where I'm going to end because we've talked about the haters enough. Okay. So you've got your scripts to do your donuts. If you can do your donuts, before the rest of the world hits tomorrow, that's ultimately the goal, because then it's not dragging you behind. But if ultimately the morning is not your time, or, it's one thing if you just the morning is just not your time, but it's another thing if you're up anyway, you're doing other things, just take and carve out those 5 minutes and just do the 5 donuts. It makes you feel so much better. All right, so we're going to end there. If you guys have any questions, comments, let me know. And take your donut templates. I hope you've already copied them back, right? And taken them before we all end the call. Okay. All right. All right, ladies. Have a great night, and I will talk to you guys soon, okay?
Good night.
Bye.
Bye, guys.